There's a rapper named Chet Hayes. He's a white rapper who's actually the son of Tom Hanks. And he recently did some Instagram videos justifying his use of the N-word. And what we also did is we interviewed Joel Ortiz, from Slaughterhouse, and got his take on Chet Hayes using it and the word in general.
I just want to clarify one thing. Under no circumstances would I ever go up to somebody that I didn't know and just be like, hey, what's up, my nigga? It's an unspoken thing between people who are friends who understand each other.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. People probably gonna be mad at me. But if we could say it, anybody could say it to me. That's how I feel, bro. You know what I'm saying? I say that shit all day. You know what I mean? Like, as long as he didn't mean nigger, it ain't offensive to me. I'm just being honest with you. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I say it as an everyday conversation, bro. I don't mean nothing by it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean nothing by it. Hopefully he didn't mean nothing by it. But I ain't gonna be the guy that start waving the flag when white people say it.
You just watched that. What's your take on that?
I don't, but see again, brother, I don't, if you ask me how I feel about what people say, I'm not gonna comment on what another man says. That's his opinion. I'll tell you this, bro. I feel like any man who sits up and constantly, you can comment every now and then on what another man says and another man's opinion. That's female-like. Like, that's what women do in high school. I don't care, because a lot of times people may not have the experiences that I have. My mom told me being a visionary is a blessing and a curse. You're blessed to see things other people are not able to see, but you're cursed to sit in it alone. Like, why would I be mad at it? These people may not have experience. A lot of these people ain't from the South. So they don't know what our people done been through. They don't know the trees that our folks done hung from, so folks cannot say these types of words. Like, so for me, I don't really care about nobody else's opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's not my place. I only care about how I feel in my people. Because in a lot of cases, bro, people haven't had the experiences that we've had, so they may not, that part don't really matter to me, V, to be honest with you. But what I will say, this is what I will say. Black people, we have okayed everything down to a point where our culture is gone. Black folks, for the most part, don't have nothing to say about hip-hop or R&B. It has been taken away from us because we have okayed and shucked and jived our way all the way to just being a part of America. We have been socialized and we have integrated ourselves into nothingness. Integration was the worst thing that ever happened to black people. It was worse than slavery, because at least in slavery, we knew what we were fighting against. Now we feel like we're a part of something that was designed to enslave us. I just say what? People can have their opinion about what they want to, but they should watch saying the word nigga around me. If you white and you say the word around me, you might have some problems, physically.
What about other races?
I put it to you like this. White people were the people that enslaved us, and they were the ones that created niggas. They created niggas, like I said before. So it's a little bit different when it comes to white people, because you were the ones that enslaved us. You were the ones that created this hell that we stay in. So that's why you have the responsibility when it comes to the word niggas, your ancestors. And people always want to say that you should give up the way that you feeling about the word nigga. Well, you should give up the power that you got from slavery in America. You ain't gonna give up that, are you? You're not gonna give up that white privilege that you have, that people act like don't exist. And the truth is that, dude, like, what do we care about? When does it matter? See, that's the problem with just America in general. What still matters? What things that our fathers and our ancestors cared about that we still hold dear to our heart? That's what's wrong with hip-hop. Hip-hop don't have no fucking rules no more. We don't have no rules about nothing. There used to be rules in the dope game. You couldn't sell drugs to kids or you would die. You couldn't sell drugs to pregnant women. You would die. Now there's no rules, and our neighborhoods are out of control now. It's going to have to get to the point as grown men that you stand for something. My father told me it's not the things that you say yes to, it's the things that you say no to that make you a fucking man. We are breeding a generation of spineless fucking just go with whatever. I don't even know, zombies, dude. And these are the same people that fucking oppressed us. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it, brother. And the truth is, people can say whatever they want to about David Banner, but one thing that you're going to say is that I'm a man. And I'm a black man. I'm an African. You know, and we don't even know where we come from. And out of all the words in the English language, and I'm going to show you how much we've been socialized and how much our hard drives have been erased. Out of all the words in the English, and English is the operative word, out of all the words that we pick, you could call me, hey, you Converse, hey, you Chair, hey, you Vlad, hey, you Banner, hey, you whatever. We call ourselves niggas. The white man's word, the most evil, negative, we could call ourselves anything, but that's what we decide to call ourselves as descendants of Africans, of kings and queens, of gods. We could call ourselves gods, but we choose to call ourselves niggas. That's how much America has beat us down.
I was talking to John Amos, and if you remember, John Amos actually played Kunta Kinte in Roots. And one of the things that we talked about, which I feel never actually gets discussed anywhere, was that during slavery times, there were breeding farms where they actually would take large males and wide hip females and create bigger human beings.
In fact, I always had an issue with the fact that years ago, there was a very famous sportscaster. His name escapes me at the moment, but he was fired because he espoused the same theory that today's athletes were the end result of that interbreeding, which is why African Americans so dominate sports, because of the breeding that went on. And the fact, well, just from Darwin's theory, only the strongest survived. Only those that were strong enough to survive the Middle Passage actually made it to the American shores or to whichever island they were dropped off on as slave labor. The rest perished in the oceans in the Middle Passage. So when you've got a test like that of only the strong surviving, and then you breed the strongest women with the strongest men, you're obviously going to have a generation of superlative athletes.
But John Amos felt that this was actually accurate, that this was actually what happened.
What, that they breeded us? Hell yeah, they breeded us. Yes, they breeded us. Yeah, I'm a studier. That's documented history. Like, that's what I said. We were created. America acts so surprised about the way that black people act in America. You made it this way. And those people who are truly in power, they know what they did to black folks. And I'll tell you this. I'll ask you a question, brother. If you erase the... all right, now, first of all, would you agree that the human brain or that the computer, the hard drive from a computer was based off the human brain?
Yeah, probably.
Would you agree with that? Well, okay.
I would agree.
We agree. Okay. So if a person deleted the hard drive of a computer, right, and uploaded a virus, when the computer started acting crazy, would you blame the computer or the computer programmer?
Computer programmer.
Exactly. But the fact that America is in power and white people are in power, they don't have to be held responsible for what they've done. Because they own everything. Everything on this fucking earth. We can't even go back to Africa. They didn't colonize Africa. Where can you go where you can escape white supremacy? You can't. It's not possible. So the thing is, that's why it's so important for our hip hop sites and our hip hop blogs, and not just our hip hop artists. If you look at most hip hop blogs and most things that deal with hip hop, they are now used to crush the hip hop artists. I don't fucking get it. Like it doesn't build hip hop music. It doesn't build the artist. It's used to literally show every derogatory thing about their lives. And it's crazy, dude. Even who sampled? Who sampled is the feds for hip hop producers. That's where all of the sample folks go to. They don't even have to go look for artists no more. They just go on who sampled. Like, dude, like, we don't even notice this, dude. We're sending our children to fucking hell. And people act like they don't see it. And as long as their family is eating off of it, they don't care about the deterioration of our culture, brother. You know, and the reason why I'm able to talk about it, because I was one of the main people who were doing it. That's why I had to stop. I wasn't looking at me. I wasn't blaming you. I wasn't blaming any other artist. I was blaming me. It was my fault. So I had to change me, brother. And I'm going to help, if it's the last thing I do, change our fucking culture.